My question is, I've noticed that most of the money paid, I have a mortgage, and most of the money paid is going toward interest.
Yes.
What happens if you choose to pay principal only? And I do have some more questions, but that's my first question.
All right.
I want to try to capture, I have somebody here to help me if he can stay in place to write down your site for YouTube and about the books, but I'm very interested. So my first question is, what if you choose to pay principal only? What happens when you do that?
Okay. So you're talking specifically about a mortgage?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, you have to make sure that you make the full regular payment first. Okay. Then any money you put on that mortgage before the next mortgage payment is due is called a prepayment. All of that money goes to principal if you direct the bank to put it there. So now what we've been taught to look at is how much we bring the principal down. What we have not been taught is how much interest we actually save when we do. In the example that I had before, as little as $200 prepaid to that loan will save about $1,000 in interest.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I pay them $200 in principal, that brings down $1,000 off the interest?
Well, it depends on the loan. On this particular loan, that would be true. On your loan, it would be different. But know this, you're going to save significantly more interest than you put down on the loan as principal payment in most cases. And it's important for you to know how much interest you're saving per dollar. So going to the grocery store or going to department store, you're buying stuff on sale. They print on the bottom of the receipt how much you saved. Is that correct?
Yes.
Why do they do that?
I guess it's a marketing ploy,
right?
Because they're really charging enough to cover that in the first place.
Right. But you get a good feeling about buying something on sale. I didn't buy it at the full price they were looking for.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a marketing ploy.
Okay. Well, here's what's not happening when you pay extra on your mortgage or any other loan. They're not printing anything telling you how much you saved. You know you're saving. And you know you're saving interest and you know you're saving time. But they don't tell you. You know what's worse, Michelle?
What?
We don't even bother to ask. We give the bank money and don't even know what we're getting. And we don't even ask, how much did I just save with this money? That's how we've been conditioned to give the bank money and not even ask what we're getting. We just trust them that by giving them the extra money, things are going to turn out okay. Don't you think it's time out that we stop doing that?
Certainly.
Okay. So this is why we're here. This is why we exist. So people can know exactly what to do with their money. What if there was a system like a GPS system that would tell you exactly how much to pay, what month to pay it in, what day of the month to pay it on, and which loan to attack. And then it would tell you exactly how much interest you saved to the penny.
Great.
There is a system that does exactly that. It's called the P.I.L.L method, opportunity cost calculator. Does all of that, keeps track of all of your debt, and helps us to get out of debt in an average of 7 to 9 years using our current budget without sacrificing lifestyle. You can take your current budget and make it do more for you because we're going to optimize the interest savings with the money that you have available.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a big math problem. And our company has solved that math problem. So that's your first question. What happens when you just pay principal? You save a ton of interest. That's question number one. What's question number two?
Well, I see that you can't just, during your monthly payment, you can't just pay principal only. You still have to pay their interest.
Yep.
There seems that there should be a way to split it up. Like I want to pay this much in interest and I want to pay this much in principal.
Right. So here's what you would do.
Is there no way to do that?
Nope. What you want to do is you want to take a look at what's actually happening with a loan. Okay. Banks do one thing. They do it very well. They want us to borrow their money. And in fact, are we really just renting their money? Are we paying rent on the money? Rent is nothing. Interest is nothing more than rent on the money. Here, use my money. I'll rent it out to you. Here's what I'll charge to rent it. You can take my money and you can buy something with it, like a house or a car. So interest is nothing more than rent. So here's what we're saying is that once we figure out what the real problem is, it's the interest. So what you want to ask is there a way that I can give the bank back their money without giving them all of that interest? Mm-hmm. Isn't that the real question?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where we are with this. So if we take a look at how much money you have left over after all the bills are paid, then you want to know, what can I do with this money? How can I give it to the bank where I'm killing the maximum amount of interest per dollar, where I could save $6 for every dollar instead of just $3 for every dollar? I want to know the difference. Somebody's got to do the math to do that. So here's what we're telling you. What we're doing is focusing on a system that uses math, not magic, to pay off your debt. And when you know the exact math involved, you can know exactly what to do. And guess what? You don't even have to do the math. Just plug the numbers into our computer system. Our computer system does all the math for you, tells you exactly what month to pay your extra amount in, exactly which loan to attack, exactly how much money to move, and then you will know exactly how much interest you're saving per dollar. It's going to be the maximum. That when you have a computer system that does all of that, it just takes all the guesswork out of it, doesn't it?
Okay. I need to write down, I can't write it myself.
Okay.
Because of vision loss. I want to write down your site to go to YouTube. Okay. And I want to write down the books. So if you would forgive me for just a moment.
No, go ahead.
Anthony, come in. I need you to write this information down. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But this is the life as a...
Hey.
I haven't been fully trained either.
So we're going to write down ICE, which stands for Interest Cancellation Expert. ICE, the number...
ICE.
The number 10.
10.
The letter K.
ICE 10. K.
.com.
All right. And what is the other stuff that you do on ICE 10K?
Well, there's a button to take you to Amazon to get the book. There's a button that'll take you to our website page where you can get a savings and earnings report. There's a button for that.
Is your book audio? Do you have an audio book?
No, I do not.
Okay.
And the reason why we don't have an audio book is because we have charts and graphs that kind of explain what we do.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that kind of leaves me out.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. We have people who are visually impaired on the program, and we just fix it up so they can have a little help. Okay?
You did what to it?
When we work with our people who are visually impaired, we just have to team them up with somebody, a family member or a friend, and they can get a lot done.
Yeah. Well, where I live, my family's not here. I'm kind of, by myself.
Well, listen, we can work all of that out because we do a lot of stuff on Zoom. And we can bring several people into the same platform. So if this is something you want to do, hit us up on the back channel and let's see how we can figure all this out for you. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.